Hello friends, a very good evening and welcome to the must do questions from previous year CAT session. Are you able to hear me? Is the AV good? Can you hear me? Am I loud and clear? Can you see the screen? Can we see some replies please? Okay, thank you Mohan. Very excited and very enthusiastic I can see. How about the others? We have some more viewers, many in fact. We'll start in a couple of minutes guys. So before that I would like you to run you through the objective of this session that we've crafted for you, especially for those who are in their last leg of CAT preparation, right? Every year, you prepare for CAT for 1 year, 10 months, 8 months, 6 months vigorously, and yet on the day of the exam, a lot of us go into the exam hall and our mind goes blank. What to select? What to leave? Which set, which question to attempt, and for how long, how much time to spend before moving on. Now, these are questions that plague every CAT aspirant. You're not alone. And this is an attempt to help you choose better, pick better, and attempt questions better in an exam. So this paper, CAT 2024 slot 1 quant section, I'm going to attempt it for the first time today. Let's time ourselves something like 40 minutes or so. You can see my thought process, how I go from question to question, how I hop or skip or solve. And in the end, we'll see. Let there be some time penalty so that I might not take the entire 40 minutes, right? And we'll see how many marks I get. That's the whole point. Yes? Harsha, good evening and welcome to the session. So we'll get started, guys. So the time in my watch is 6:03 p.m. All right. First question. So we are going to run through all 22 questions from the quant section, right? And as I go, I will take a call on whether to do it, not to do it, how to do it, and so on. You can hear my thought process. I'll keep speaking as I solve. For any natural number n, let an be the largest integer, not exceeding root n. The value of a1 plus a2 plus so on. Okay, there are a lot of terms, 50 terms. This is my first question. This is a fill in the blank question. Okay, all these are actually weighing in my head right now. So if I want to find out a1, this is the greatest integer not exceeding root 1, which is the greatest integer not greater than 1. So it would be 1. Okay. A2, it would be square root of 2, 1.4. It will be 1. A3, 1 point. I have a feel for this question. I have a feel for this question. I think I've done something like this before. Given enough time, I'm sure I will be able to crack it. But this is the first question and this is the fill in the blank question. So I will circle it or I'll mark it for review. If I have time, I'll come back to this later. Okay. Second question, if a plus b root n is the positive square root of 29 minus 12 root 5, where a and b are integers. All right, this is an integer, this is an integer, integer plus integer root n, that's a third, and n is a natural number, then the maximum possible value of a plus b plus n. Okay, this question sounds pretty familiar. We've done a lot of questions like that. Okay, 29 minus 12 root 5. Typically, we have this surge where we have to find the square root, right? We take it as a plus root b whole square or root a plus root b whole square kind of a thing. That's what I'm going to do. So root a plus root b whole square will give me a plus b plus 2 root ab. So this is 29 minus, I'll keep a 2 outside, send the 6 inside. 6 goes inside, 6 6 are 36, 36 5s are 180, right? And now my objective, this is of the form a plus b plus 2 root ab. In this case, a plus b minus 2 root ab. I'll try to express this as a plus b. Okay. I'll try to express this as ab. So that's something like root 20 minus root 9 whole square. Okay. 20 plus 9 is 29. 20 into 9 is 180. All right. Root 20 minus root 9. Root 9 is nothing but 3. Root 20 minus 3 whole square. Square root of that positive square root. I will take root 20 minus 3. All right. Now root 20 minus 3 is of the form a plus b root n is, this is plus 1 into root 20. This is minus 3. All right. Now root 20, that's not the only way I can express it. I can also express it as minus 3 plus 4 into 5, 2 root 5. In which case, a plus b plus n, I want the maximum value. In one case, it will be minus 3 plus 1 plus 20, 21 minus 3, 18. That's one possibility. Second case, 5 plus 2 minus 3. No, this is going to be less than that. Do I have an 18? Option 1, 18. I'm going to move on, right? Okay, that's a big question. In September, the incomes of Kamal, Amal, and Vimal are in the ratio 8:6:5. They rent a house together. Kamal pays 15%, he pays 12%, he pays 18% of their respective incomes. And that's it. So 12% of whatever 8 something, 18% of 6 something, right? Sorry, 15% of 8, 12% of 6, 18% of 5. That's the rent. In October, the house rent remained the same while their incomes increased by 10%, 12%, 15%. Okay, there are no real figures anywhere. So instead of assuming 8x, 6x, 5x, what are we going to do? We'll take something like 800, 600, 500 quickly. And out of that, how much rent was paid? 15% of 800, that's so 120. And then 12% of 600, 72. And then 18% of 500, that would be 90. Total rent, 120 plus 90, 210 plus 72, 282 was the total rent. Next month also that's the total rent, but their incomes increased by 10%, 12%, 15%. Okay, in October, the percentage of total income paid is nearest to how much? All right. Previously, the total salary was 800 plus 600, 1400 plus 5, 1900, right? 1900 plus, this question really seems doable now, right? Previously, my denominator was only 1900. Now it's increasing by 10%. So this goes up by 80. This goes up by 12%. So this goes up by 72. And this goes up by 15%. So 75. So how much is that? 72 plus 75, 147 plus 80, 227. 227 plus 1900, 2127. Okay, any simplification? Yes, 394s, 3709s. All right, this by this into 100, that's my objective. 100 cancels. 94 by 7.09, 713s are, it can't be 7.1, no, can't be less than 13, slightly greater than 13. Option 4, 13.26. We had a feel for this question, didn't feel very difficult, therefore we ended up doing it. All right, guys, as we go, if you have any queries, anything, please feel free to type. I will respond whenever I get a chance. Okay. The surface area of a closed rectangular box which is inscribed in a sphere. Okay, there's a sphere and there's a rectangular box. A lot of some, looks like some question on geometry, 3D, some of the lengths, volume, looks like some algebra, some L plus B plus H, some kind of a manipulation. All right, I'm not very strong if I'm not sure what exactly is happening there. Okay, and now I spent a little bit of time on one of the questions, so this I will save for later. I might be able to do it, I do not know, but in the given time I'm not sure, right? Two places A and B are 45 kilometers apart and connected by a straight road. All right. Anil goes from A to B. Okay. While Sunil goes from B to A. Okay. Anil is going from A to B, and this is Sunil going from B to A. They cross each other. And exactly after some time, they cross each other. And then one of them goes, and then the other goes. Okay. If Anil reaches B exactly, I need to form equations here. I can't see any easy way to answer this without forming equations. Time before and time after, and ratio of speeds and all that can be done within the time. I'm not sure. I'm on a clock. Remember, I have only 40 minutes. I need to maximize my score. This one, let x, y, and z be real numbers satisfying. X square plus y square plus z square, x minus y minus z. All right, then a equals something isn't right here. Here I have three terms, x, y, z, and here I have only two equations. I have x, y, z, a, four unknowns and only two equations. There's something happening here. Unless I identify that pattern, or unless I've done some question like that before, I think I'm going to skip this one for now. All right. I mean, I don't even have an idea what to do immediately unless I spend some time on it. All right. Next question. An amount of 10,000 is deposited in Bank A for a certain number of years at a simple interest of 5% per annum. On maturity, the total amount received is deposited in Bank B for another 5 years at a simple interest of 6% per annum. All right. So we invested 10,000 at a rate of interest of 5% per annum. 5% is 500 rupees per annum. Okay, I don't know how many years. Let's assume that's n years. At the end of n years, I get back 10,000 plus 500n. All right. What are we doing? We are investing that in another bank for 5 years at simple interest of 6% per annum. 5 years, 6%. So I'm going to get 30% interest, right? If the interest received from bank A and bank B, all right, from bank A, I received 500 per year. For n years, I received an interest of 500n. Okay. From bank B, how much interest did I receive? Formula for interest, PTR by 100, right? So we are investing a total of 10,000 plus 500n in bank B, 10,000 plus 500n into T into R, right? So 30% of this is the interest that we're going to gain. This is 10 by 30, right? So what do? 500 cancels here, 1 times, 520 times, right? So cross multiply, 13n is equal to 10 into 0.33, 3 into 20 plus n, right? So 13n is equal to 60 plus 3n, 10n is equal to 60 and n is equal to 6. All right, what is he asking? Investment period in years in bank A. All right, that's 6 years. Simple interest, compound interest, you can rarely go wrong, right? Basic simple interest question. Next question, the sum of all real values of k for which 1 by 8 whole power k, 8 is 2 cube. 3 to 768 divided by 2, 16384. So this would be 8192. This is 40. All right, this is also a power of 2. All right, so everything is a power of 2. So 1 by 8 is 2 power minus 3. So 2 power minus 3 whole power k into, doesn't look very difficult. Let's see, sum of all real values, very short question. Let's give it a go. I know 2 power 10 is 1024, right? 2 power 10 is 1024 into 32 gives me this. So this will be 2 power 15 into 2 power 15 whole power 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 8, which is 2 power minus 3 into 2 power minus 15 whole power 1 by k. All right, bases are equal. Let's directly equate the powers here. Minus 3k plus 15 by 3 plus 5 is equal to minus 3 minus 15 by k, right? So minus 3k plus 5. Okay, all right, this is also minus 15. So luckily saved, no mistake. Now everything is minus minus. Let's convert it into plus plus. 3k plus 5 is equal to 3 plus 15 by k. Cross multiply, 3k square plus 5k is equal to 3k plus 15. So 3k square plus 2k minus 15 is equal to 0. Am I expected to solve for k? No. Sum of all real values of k. This is a quadratic equation. I have two values. What is the sum of both the roots? Minus b by a. Minus 2 by 3. So if we have a minus 2 by 3, great. Option 2, right? How are we doing on time? It's been about 11 minutes. I think we got about 3-4 questions right so far. We still have about 29 minutes to go. Moving on, next question. If x is a positive real number such that logarithms question, 4 log x to base 10, 4 log x to base 100. All right, 100 I can write as 10 square. 8 log x to base 1000 that I can write as 10 cube. So effectively I can bring everything to 4 log x to base 10. Okay, 4 log x to base 10 plus bring the 2 here, 4 by 2, 2 log x to base 10. Okay, plus this one will be 8 by 3 log x to base 10, right? So what is this? 4 plus 2, 6. 6 plus 8 by 3 into log x to the base 10 is equal to 13. 3 6 are 18, 18 plus 8, 26 by 3 log x to the base 10 is equal to 13. 13 2s are log x to the base 10 is equal to cross multiply 3 by 2. All right, log x to base 10 is 3 by 2. What is x? 10 power 3 by 2. 3 by 2 is 10 power 1.5, which is 10 into 10 power 0.5 or half, which is 10 into root 10. All right, what is my question? Greatest integer not exceeding x. All right, we know 30 square is 900, 31 square is 961, and 32 square is 1024, right? So just divide by 10. What do we get? 3.1 square is 9.61, 3.2 square is 10.24. So 10 lies in between 3.1 and 3.2, right? Square root of 10 lies between 3.1, 3.2. So this is 3.1 something into 10 will be 31 point something. This is not an integer. There's a fractional value. There's a decimal part, right? So the greatest integer, not greater than that, is 31, right? Okay, one more question in our bag. Going good so far. Hi, Geeta. Yes, Geeta, I think the objective here is you can always watch the recorded video, trying to do it within a time, within the time frame. I appreciate you for joining today. So we're trying to really see how many questions we can do within 30 minutes or so. All right. You could always just pause the video for the solution. All right. Moving on. Next question again feels like arithmetic. A fruit seller has a total of 187 fruits consisting of apples, mangoes, and oranges. The number of apples and mangoes are, okay, apples, mangoes, oranges, 5:2. After she sells some apples, some mangoes, and half of the oranges. Okay, this I still don't know. Ratio of number of unsold apples to number of, I think too many equations right now. I think can be done if we have time. If we have time, we'll come back to this, right? We'll review it and move to the next question. Okay. The next question, okay, big question. A shop wants to sell a certain quantity of grains. It sells half the quantity and additional. Okay, so to give you an example, if you start with 100, you sell half and 3 more. So you sell 3 more. So you're left with 50 minus 3. You're left with 47. You're left with half minus 3. Then it sells half of the remaining and an additional. You're left with again half minus 3. And finally, when the shop sells half of the remaining and an additional 3, so you're selling half and 3 more. First, you'll be left with half minus 3. Then you'll again be left with half of that minus 3. Third time, you'll again be left with half minus 3. But you sold an additional 3 kgs of this. So there are no grains left. All right. So you did it once, twice, and thrice. The third time, you sold half and 3. You're left with nothing, right? So you sold half. The other half is remaining, correct? You sold 3 more. There's nothing left, which means the other half is also 3, right? So before the third round, you had 6. That's the only thing that makes sense, right? You sold half, 3 were remaining. You sold another 3. You're left with nothing. Okay. So before this round, what happened? You once again sold half and you sold 3 more. So you're left with half minus 3. Half minus 3 is 6. So half is 9. So the previous round you had 18. The previous round, the first round also, you sold half and 3 more. So you're left with half minus 3. Half minus 3 is 18. Half is 18 plus 3, 21. So half is 42. Do we have a 42? Perfect. Perfect. Long question, but very crisp solution. We did not write any formula, fortunately. Now, had we started with x, we would be stuck with, x by 2 plus 3 were sold, x by 2 minus 3 is left. Out of this, again, you will take half minus 3, again half minus 3. That would have been lengthier, I think, right? But 42 is our answer. Checking it if you are in doubt and if you have time shouldn't take very long, right? You sold half 21 and 3 more. 21 plus 3, you'll be left with 21 minus 3, 18. Again, you sold 9. And then you're left with 3 less, 6, and so on, right? Quickly moving on to the next question. Renu would take 15 days working 4 hours per day to complete a certain task. It's from Time and Work. Whereas Seema would take 8 days working 5 hours per day to complete the same task. Okay. They decide to work together to complete this task. Okay. One is taking 15 hours or 60 hours to do a work. This is Renu, and what about us? This one is taking 40 hours to complete the same work. Quickly, what comes to mind? LCM of 60 and 40. Total work is 120 units. This one does 2 units per hour, and this one does 3 units per hour. That's the rate at which they work, right? They decide to work together to complete this task. Seema agrees to work for double the number of hours per day as Renu, while Renu agrees to work for double the number of days as Seema. If Renu works 2 hours per day, all right, Renu is willing to work 2 hours per day. And what about Seema? Seema agrees to work for double the number of hours. So she'll work for 4 hours per day. Okay. While Renu agrees to work for double the number of days as Seema. Let's say Seema works for X days. Renu will work for 2x days, right? So what is the total work? 2x days, 2 hours a day, 4x into total number of hours, 4x into 2 units per hour, right? So that's 8x units of work will be done by Renu. What about this one? 4 hours per day, x days, 4x into 3, 12x units of work will be done, total 20x. 20x is equal to total work 120, or x is equal to 6. What is being asked? The number of days Seema will work is, okay, Seema is working for x hours, x is equal to 6. All right, pretty straightforward question from Time and Work. Didn't waste much time either. The question was long though. Next question. ABCD is a rectangle with sides. AB is 56 and okay, AB is, this is 56. BC is 45. E is the midpoint of side D. Okay, E is the midpoint of side D. Then the length in centimeter of an in circle ADE. All right. Now you remember in circle, you remember the relationship small r, smallest, and all that. You can answer this, but no, maybe I don't remember it right now. Maybe I'm not in the mood for it. But it doesn't look like a difficult question as it is. But you still have to find out this half, this length, and then the hypotenuse and all of that, right? I can do this another day, another time. If I have time, I'll be able to do it for sure. Now I'm not doing it. I want to look at some more questions. I still have 9 questions, right? 10 power 100 is divided by 7. Okay, very, very easy question. 10 divided by 7, remainder is 3. 10 square divided by 7, 100. 7 14s are 98, remainder 2. But 10 cube will throw a nice surprise. 10 cube by 7, what is that? 1000 by 7. I know 1001 is 7 into 11 into 13, right? So 10 cube by 7 will leave a remainder of -1, which is very helpful. +1 is helpful, and so is -1, right? So this will be 10 cube whole power 100. So 10 cube whole power 33, right? Into 10, right? So 10 power 99 into 10, 10 power 100, right? So 10 cube by 7 is -1, -1 whole power odd number is -1 into 10 by 7, remainder will be 3. So this is -3. When the remainder is negative, just add the divisor once again. 7 minus 3, 4. Option 1. Very easy question, shouldn't take more than a minute. Very fortunate if such a question comes in your slot. All right. Next question, friends. If the equations are x square plus mx plus 9 quadratic equation, x square plus nx plus 17 quadratic equation, x square plus m plus n into x plus 35 have a common negative root. Doesn't look easy. I have to substitute, I have to take x is one of the common roots, and then I have to add the 2 and then subtract the third one and find out x and check for positive, negative. It will take some time. I have some idea, but it looks like it's going to take some time. All right. So moving on. Next question. There are 4 numbers such that average of the first 2 numbers is 1 more than the first number. Average of the first 3 numbers is 2 more than average of the first 2 numbers. Just checking time. We're almost around 20 minutes into the test, midway through. I have no time to review. In the real exam, I can see how many I marked. Now I can't. 4 numbers such that average of the first 2 numbers, okay, let the 4 numbers be A, B, C, D, right? Average of the first 2 numbers is 1 more than the first number already. The average of these 2 numbers is 1 more than A plus 1. Okay. Now we'll use some quick math without writing too many equations. The average of this number and this number is A plus 1, the middle number. When will that happen? When the 2 numbers are consecutive, correct? We know that. Alternatively, you can always say average into 2 minus first number, correct? Sum of 2 numbers divided by 2 is the average of the 2 numbers. So 2 into A plus 1, 2A plus 2 minus this will give me A plus 2. Okay, I'm making some progress finally. Okay, first 2 numbers are A plus 2, third number is C, and then D. Okay. Average of first 3 numbers is 2 more than average of first 2 numbers. Okay, so average of first 2 numbers I know is A plus 1 is telling me average of the first 3 numbers is 2 more than that. So A plus 3, right? Which means the sum of these 3 numbers should be 3 times of A plus 3, 3A plus 9. 3A plus 9 is their sum. I know the sum of the first 2 terms, A, and 2. 3A plus 9 minus A will give me C should be A. 9 minus 2 should be 7. So the third term is a plus 7. Okay, next, the average of the first 4 numbers is 3 more than average of first 3 numbers. Average of first 3 numbers is a plus 3. This will be 3 more, so a plus 6. All right, 4 numbers, their average is a plus 6, so the total should be 4 into a plus 6, 4a plus 24, right? 4a plus 24, subtract a, 4a minus 3a will give me a, plus 24 minus 7 here and 2 here, 9, 15, right? First term a plus 2, a plus 7, a plus 15. Okay, what's my question? The difference between the largest and the smallest, all right, a and a plus 15, the difference is 15. Not a difficult question. There's no way to answer or find the values of a, but 15 I can answer, right? Moving on. Consider two sets. A is equal to, there are some elements in A and there are some elements in B. Let f be a function from A to B such that for every element B in B, there is at least one element such that f of A is B. All right. So we want every element in B, 1, 8, 27 to be mapped onto by some element in A. I mean, 1 can't be left, 8 can't be left, 27 can't be left. In short, we are asked to find out the number of onto functions onto B, right? Now, you know this formula, you'll get it right. If you don't know the formula, you won't get it right. I forgot the formula, so I won't be answering this moment, right? In sets and functions, in P and C, we've discussed this. You know the formula right away, go ahead, calculate it and answer it. I'm skipping it because I don't remember the formula, right? Next question, a glass is filled with milk, okay? 2/3 of its content is poured out and replaced with water, right? So initially the concentration of milk is 100%. 100%, what happens? 1 minus 2/3, all right? 1 minus 2/3, 1/3. So milk concentration becomes 33.33%. Water becomes the remaining 66.66%. If this process of pouring out 2/3 of the content and replacing with water is repeated 3 more times, hang on, okay, we have done it once and we are doing it 3 more times, so that's a total of 4 times. So concentration of milk would be 100% into 1 minus 2 by 3, 1 by 3 whole power 4, which is 1 by 81. So the concentration of milk would be 1 by 81 times of the initial concentration. And what about the remaining 80 by 81? That would be water, right? So finally, I'll be left with 1 parts milk and 80 parts water. Water, all right? So then find the final ratio of milk to water in the glass. All right, milk to water would be 1:80. This is a trap. Don't fall into this. Okay, I think these are also traps, correct? Whether you do it 4 times or 3 times. Here it's clear. We did it once. This is the first time. And we are doing it 3 more times, right? So friends, 19, 20, 21, 22, 4 more questions to go. All right. In the xy plane, the area in square units of the region defined by the inequalities x minus y plus 4 less than or equal to 0. So we'll draw x minus y plus 4 is 0 and then shade out the region, and x square plus y square plus, okay, this is not looking good. This is a circle with some radius like this and another radius like this, and we are looking at some line. It looks tough, I think, at the outset. I don't know if it is easy, but it definitely looks tough to me. I'm going to come back to this later, depending on the availability of time. 3 more questions to go. Suppose x1, x2, x3, so on till x100 are in arithmetic progression. Okay, all terms are arithmetic progression. First term a, common difference d, nth term a plus n minus 1 into d. All this is in my head already, right? Such that x5 is equal to minus 4. x5 would be a plus 4d. a plus 4d is equal to minus 4. And 2x6 plus 2x9. All right, take 2 common. x6 would be 6th term a plus 5d plus x9 a plus 8d is equal to x11 plus x13. That would be a plus 10d plus a plus 12d. All right, a plus 10d, a plus 12d. This is a plus 5d. Okay, no mistakes so far. Okay, I can see, I can write this as 2 into a plus, this is 22, so 11d. Why am I doing this? Let's cancel out the 2 part. Okay, now 2a plus 13d is equal to a plus 11d. A cancels out. A plus 2d is equal to 0. All right, I have a plus 2d is 0. Already have a plus 4d is minus 4. Okay, subtract. What do you get? 4d minus 2d. 2d is equal to minus 4 or d is equal to minus 2. Once I substitute d is equal to minus 2 here, a is equal to 4. Okay, I got everything. What do I need now? X100. X100 is nothing but 100th term, a plus 99d. What is a? 4 plus 99 into minus 2. So minus 198 plus 4, minus 194. That would be option 3. We're at 20. Two more questions to go. All right, and about 10 minutes. We'll try to wrap it up as soon as we can. The sum of all 4-digit numbers that can be formed with the distinct non-zero digits A, B, C, D. Okay, it's a 4-digit number, A, B, C, D, non-zero digits, each one appearing exactly once. The sum of all these numbers is 153310 plus n. All right, it involves permutations and combinations and place value. I'm really short of time now. I don't think I'll have time to actually do this elaborate thing, right? So also it's a fill in the blank question, right? Huge risk, huge chance of making a mistake, right? Okay, let's take one look at the 22nd question quickly. The selling price of a product is fixed to ensure 40% profit. If the product had a cost, 40% had be okay. We have real figures here. If we didn't have real figures, we would have assumed 100, 140, something like that. But no, now I can't do that, right? So I buy it for cost price C. The selling price is fixed to ensure 40% profit. To get 40% profit, you're selling it at 1.4C. If the product had cost, this is an what if scenario, right? If the product had cost 40% less, had it cost a 0.6C and had been sold for 5 rupees less, 1.4C minus 5, the resulting profit would have been 50%. 50% meaning 0.6C into 1.5, 50% is equal to 1.4C minus 5, right? If the cost were lower and I sold it 5 rupees lesser, so this will be 0.9C is equal to 1.4C minus 5. 0.5C is 5 or C is equal to 10. All right, what is the question? The original selling price, not the cost price. Original cost price was 10. Selling price is 14. So that's my answer. So with exactly 30 minutes, that's a 10-minute penalty. I'm not using the next 10 minutes, right? How many did we get right? Let's see. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, and 12th. All right, so that's 12 into 3, 36 marks or 12 rights out of 22 questions. This was a slot one of CAT 2024, friends. What do you think? What kind of percentile do you think this would have given me if I got just 12 right out of those 22 questions in the CAT exam 2024 slot 1? Geeta, Harsha, Mohan, what do you think? And the others? What kind of percentile do you think this would have gotten me? Do you think it's a good percentile? It's a bad percentile? Do you think this is good enough? As a matter of fact, about 36 marks in the slot 1 would have given me 99 to 99.4 percentile, which wouldn't you say is pretty good? And I had 10 minutes to spare, and I was talking to you, and I was solving it for the first time, right? Okay, I'm assuming yes, all of them are right. I mean, there's a, yeah, my team tells me all of them are right. All right, so I'll take that as a compliment. So about 99 to 99.4 percentile answering just 12 questions. And if you realized, I also focused mostly on arithmetic topics, right? Which are all the book one topics. Time students would be very familiar, you know. simple equations, ratio, proportion, variation, percentage, profit and loss, simple interest, compound interest, time and work, time and distance, averages, mixtures, allegations. We literally had one question coming from each of these 7 chapters, and we aced them. We picked smartly. I mean, I'm sure there could have been 2-3 other easy questions we might have missed, but these are questions, even if they are not very easy, they're easy to moderate. Wouldn't you agree? Questions that you could have done. And hey, we're not talking cutoff here, we're talking 99 to 99.4 percentile, and that's just from 7 topics for CAT preparation, right? There's a reason we always emphasize, we always tell you students that do not ignore arithmetic. It has a pretty heavy weightage in the CAT, right? We see 8 to 9 questions out of 22 coming from the first 7 chapters alone. All right. In anything else you would like to discuss, guys? Any other doubts? Any other concerns? Something you want to share? How did you feel about the session? Did you find the methods easy or fast? I was thinking out aloud and solving them. Friends, you have to be more active. Okay, those who have just joined, guys, we started the session at 6 sharp. We took it like a real CAT. There were 22 questions. We ran through all 22 quant questions. We picked and solved questions judiciously. I did it within 30 minutes, gave myself a penalty of about 10 minutes, showed you how to solve 12 of the easier questions. I'm sure there could be 2-3 other easy questions which we might have missed, but on the second pass, I'm sure I would have knocked down some more of them, right? The objective is not for me to get 99.9 percentile, it's for you CAT aspirants to maximize your score. Believe that it's possible. Choose well. Don't forget this. You have 40 minutes and you have 22 questions, but no one is chasing you with a knife that you have to solve all 22 questions. Keep that in mind. Solve 12 right, get 13 right, 14 right, and you are in the stars. Okay, you're going to get high 99s or something like that. So be very reasonable about it, right? No one is trying to solve all the questions. Don't do that. Don't have these over expectations, very lofty expectations, and then develop unnecessary stress or anxiety in the exam. 12 right, 12 out of 22 would have given you 99 to 99.4 percentile, something like 99.2, 99.3, and that's great. All right, so I'll wait a couple of minutes, guys. For those who joined late, if there's anything else, please type away in the chat box. If there's nothing, we'll be ending the session shortly in 2-3 minutes. All right. So please do join us for the other sessions too. We'll be doing a series of, CAT 24 quant must do questions for the other slots too. Similarly, we'll be doing it for CAT 23 and we'll be doing it for CAT 22. We'll be doing it for every section, LRDI, verbal, quant. So do watch without fail, and that will help you. That will really boost you in your last lap of CAT preparation. So we'll keep this short and sweet, to the point, no fluff, only useful stuff, right? If you like the session, please drop a like, comment in the comment section. Let us know what you thought of it, what we could have done better, or how you actually benefited from this session, right? So all the other sessions also, we'll try to keep them under 40 to 45 minutes, no time to waste, and we'll be starting bang on time. this recorded version will be uploaded on YouTube anyway, so you can always watch it later, right? If you're seriously preparing for CAT and you haven't enrolled with TIME yet, what are you waiting for? All the best. See you again. Happy learning.